Okay, question 3. An object passes a checkpoint and timing begins. The velocity of the object is given by v equals 50 minus 2.5 t, where t is in seconds and v is in meters per second. How many seconds will go by before the object passes the checkpoint again? So let's just start from the beginning. An object passes a checkpoint and timing begins. So if the timing started at the checkpoint, at that checkpoint, t equals 0. And if we're talking about distance, that would mean that the distance, when the distance is 0, the time is 0. So velocity of the object is given by that. Oh, very good. How many seconds will go by before the object passes the checkpoint again? Now, I just want you to just have a look at this velocity. I want you to just have a little think. Remember, it goes SVA. We're sitting here. How many seconds will go by before the object passes the checkpoint again? We're looking for a distance, the distance that it is at from that original point. So we are looking for distance. So we are going to integrate. Now that my derivative of my initial function or my gradient function, velocity, is negative. So that means my original equation would have been a negative parabola. Okay, so just thinking of all these things in my head as I'm going. So I've got v equals 50 minus 2.5 t, and I'm trying to find my distance. So it'll be 50t minus, that's going to be 2 squared, 2.5 divided by 2, plus some c. But I do know that it started the timing when t was 0, so that my initial distance, I was passing that checkpoint, I was at that checkpoint. So that will be 0. So that's what this information gave me. There's no line in these that is just for fun. All of the information is pertinent. So if you haven't used something, maybe use a highlighter as you're going through and make sure that you've used all the information. So we know that that c is 0. So how many seconds will go by before the object passes the checkpoint again? So basically I'm starting there looking like this point, I'm looking for that second checkpoint. So I'm basically wanting to factorize that. So you can chuck it into your calculator. I'll go a little bit, so we're looking for where the distance from that checkpoint is 0. And I've got 50t minus 2.5 over 2t squared. I'm just going to times through by 2. 100t minus 2.5 t squared. And then I'm going to divide by 2.5. 100 divided by 2.5. It's 40. Should have known that, sorry. 0 equals 40t minus t squared. I've just simplified. So I've just, whatever I've done to one side, I've done to the other. I've done it to all terms. You could have just put that into your calculator to factorize, but this is going to factorize nicely. I can take out the t, and I'm left with t. I can just change those to negative, positive. You're happy I've just divided through by negative 1 over there. So minus 40. So t equals 0 or 40. So it'll be after 40 seconds. That was the first time it passed the checkpoint. So after 40 seconds. Again, if you just factorized that on your calculator, you would have got the 0 and the 40, and it would have made sense as well. We ignore the 0, that's the initial time that it was passing the checkpoint, and the 40 seconds is when it passed it again on the second time. There. So hopefully that all made sense, and I will see you